afternoon, good evening, and to some of us on the other side of the world, good morning. Welcome again, y'all, to week 2. This is our second edition of this wild card weekend or playoff edition of the Hitchin podcast.
Yes, sir.
We're back again. We're your hosts. I'm Nick Ransom.
I'm J-Mar Smith. We back, baby!
Y'all know it. Another week, more football, a lot done happened, unfortunately. I mean, look, I'm all smiles over here because, you know, I was on the couch anyway.
Must be nice.
Sitting looking at the playoffs, you know, chilling. But now I got some company. As of what transpired last week in the wild card round, you guys, y'all know we're going to touch on all of that because I know my co-host is kind of a little salty, a little bit of sodium chloride.
I know y'all see me standing here. I'm hot, bro. I'm hot. I was hot last week. I got the game off at like early third quarter. Like I let halftime go, you know, and got to the third quarter. And I was like, I'm done.
We try to be as PG-13 as possible, but let me just say the text thread that we had while the Buccaneers was playing, let's just say there's a lot of R-rated things this man was saying. But without further ado, like I said, we're going to get into this week talking a little bit of what happened last week in the wild card round. Then we're going to move into this heated week of divisional round play.
Yeah, I think we got a good slate for this week, bro. It's a real good slate. You know, this is the divisional round. Everything's getting a little bit more chippy.
A little bit? You want to say a little bit?
Well, for those who played the first week, you know, the ones who, you know, were laid back, had the week off, they might not be as chippy. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get a little bit more chippy, especially for a couple of these games.
Exactly. Look, all I'm saying and seeing, especially after last week, is that we have the best of the best in the playoffs right now. Let's just say the best teams are playing. They're exactly where they need to be or supposed to be and should be. So it's going to be some fun games this weekend.
Yeah. But let's get into it since we talking about it so much. Let's jump right into it. You know what I'm
jump right into it?
Yeah, we can jump. We got.
I mean, you're not gonna go past what happened last week. Y'all see, he was already trying to go into this weekend coming up. We got to talk about what happened and transpired last week.
Okay, all right. Since if we must, we can do that. All right.
And I'm gonna do this. I'm not even gonna start y'all with the Buccaneers or Buccaneers as they would say.
Oh, thank God.
I'm actually willing to take the L first in this conversation, bro.
Okay, all right. Oh, you talking about what happened down yonder? What happened with
them Chargers?
With the Chargers?
Them Chargers, baby.
Trevor Lawrence, Goldilocks 2.0.
You right.
Came out there and did the thing in the second half.
You right. Okay, so Herbert showed me who I knew he was to be. He gonna put up points. Now, what I did not expect was the football guys to kind of turn around and say, you know what, Nick, we're going to give you not just one more greater than 23-point comeback. We're going to give you 2 in the same year.
In the same damn year.
The last time I remember that happening was Brady against the Falcons in the Super Bowl.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And not only did we have Matt Ryan with the Colts, did that happen to earlier this year?
Against the Vikings.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's funny, right? Funny, right?
It happened last weekend with them LA Chargers against Trevor Lawrence and, as he would say, Goldilocks Lawrence and them Jacksonville Jags.
Ooh, feels good to have the first game right. Feels good to have that first game right. Because let me tell y'all, that first half, man, look, it was looking real bleak. Dude. Real bleak. That man Trevor threw 4 picks, 3 in the first quarter. Score gets run up 27-0.
Mm-hmm.
Did they score before the?
They did put. They three up before the half.
No, because it had to be 7 because they only kicked 3 later.
Yes. But at the end of the day, it was just stagnated.
Yeah.
In the first half, totally stagnated. And then I don't know what happened, but from what I've been hearing. And listen to the Charlie Weisses of the world and, you know, the Pat Kerwins of the world. They're getting a lot of information coming from the locker room during that moment.
Yeah.
What I've heard and what they're getting from their sources as well is that this man, Trevor Lawrence, is the real deal.
Oh, absolutely.
Y'all heard this man say he threw how many picks? Not one, not two. Was it 3?
Not 3.
What?
Before.
Cuatro. He threw 4 picks in the first half, in the first 30 minutes of the game. And every source that is coming out of that locker room is saying he walked into the locker room like it didn't even happen. This man was talking, well, it is what it is. We'll get it. We're gonna turn it up. As if he can wake up knowing they're going to easily put up 30-some-odd points and win a game in the next 30 minutes.
But you know what? I like that. I like that confidence in my quarterback.
Real deal.
I like that. But, there's more to this. And this isn't even on the Jags side. The Jags did what many thought they wouldn't do or couldn't do and ended up doing.
But have been doing over the last 6-7 weeks of this season. So I don't know if people want to say the Jags were a sleeper, but they were clearly averaging over 285 air yards over the last 6 games of the regular season.
Averaging over 24 points, too.
Exactly. Did they not win out last 7-8 games of the season? So to say they're an underdog or a sleeper team is blasphemous. It's childish.
Yeah, but
people just
that's neither here nor there, though. For the simple fact that how do you, as the Chargers, Staley, because you called the plays?
Stop, because I'm so glad keep going.
How do you just sit there and let a 27-0 lead go? And it wasn't. And I'll say this: they got their stops occasionally. Right, Chargers, but it just wasn't enough, and everything you could just see it falling apart as the half went on because Trevor Lawrence was just dominant.
The defense did what they needed to do. So I don't know what the scheme was for the Chargers going into half, saying, "Well, look, offense did what they need to do. Y'all can go home." But clearly, that offense their offensive game plan in itself completely stagnated. So I don't know if that's Staley in itself, his inability to actually adjust and plan for 60 minutes.
He can't.
Which you said, and I'm going to bring you to this. You said last week perfectly, and you proved me wrong, that this man clearly is not built to be any type of coach, leader, or teacher.
No.
I wanted to, all right, it is what it is. They got Herbs. Herbs is what Herbs is. Herbs put up 30 points. But the fact that they dropped 20-some-odd points, scoreless, you guys, scoreless. Jacksonville walked up and down that field like they was on one of them Z scooters. Like, bruh,
you can't. I just want to. I'm trying to comprehend it and understand it, and it just hasn't. It hasn't made sense since last week because you had Asante Samuel Jr. out there looking like his daddy.
Oh, looking better than his father.
Oh, but I gotta give
him. And y'all look, y'all know the old Patriot days with Asante Samuel, and I ain't even gonna put the senior on it because Asante Samuel's Asante Samuel. To us Patriot fans, oh yeah, we talking 10+ picks a year. We talking at least 60, 70 tackles a year. We talking Pro Bowl throughout. Like, it was him on the defense and Deion Branch on the offense. Bruh, we had a squad. But I'm going to let you get back to Junior. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so he has 3 picks, right? He's doing the thing. The defense is doing everything. And everything starts falling apart literally in the second half. And then I knew it was going to be a wrap when Joey Bosa just threw his helmet down to the ground on a call that should have been had, which was that holding penalty. And he false started. The 2 things. He false started and he had a holding penalty.
But if y'all go back and look at the play and the tape in itself, this brings us back to our previous conversation about leaders, coaching. Guess who picked up that helmet that Joey Bosa threw?
Who picked it up?
Coach Staley. I don't know about you, but let Tom Brady in 2005 throw his helmet and Bill Belichick pick that shit up. It's going to be 2 ways. Bill Belichick going to either look at it, Brady, pick it up, go sit down. It's going to be one of them, or he going to pick it up himself, take it to the bench. Brady's out Monday, like off the team. But yet you telling me, if y'all go back and look at the tape, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. This man, Joey Bosa, had his little moment as the quote-unquote supposed to be veteran that he is. Had his moment, threw his helmet. Coach picks it up and hands it to him with no repercussions. That shows me just a team that's not being organized from the top. You're right. You were right last week. I don't know why I picked the Chargers.
I'm surprised he didn't get the pink slip. He should have got the pink slip.
Oh, it's coming. Sooner or later. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Kudos to the Jags and everything that they accomplished. They did something. They did 13. They're 13 to come back from, what is it, a 21 point or 24 point deficit?
At the end of the day, bro, points are points. They had a -5. They were -5 in the turnover percentages. Literally. Being negative anything.
Shouldn't have won shit. You should have been sent home. Well, you ain't had far to go because you was already home, but you should have got sent home.
Being negative in anything turnover percentage, they still made it.
Damn, Staley.
So, you were right about that one. I'll take that. All right. But now, like I said, I'll take the L first, but I'm not willing to continue.
Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Where you want to jump to now?
How about them Cowboys, baby? How about them Cowboys?
Fuck the Cowboys.
Yo, Dak Prescott out there looking like the man. Still third, fourth round pick, but looking like the man last week, bruh. The man just waka. What was that? Four tugs?
It don't matter. It don't matter. 4
tugs. Matter of fact, I don't even gotta start with Dallas defense. I'm gonna let him sit in his sorrow, his sadness for a little bit. Let's go to Dallas defense. Let's start with them. The fact that they held Brady, granted they had a 2-minute offense all year, and everybody wanted to talk about, well, it's Brady, give him a chance. It's a 2-minute offense. There's no way you're running 60 minutes with a 2-minute offense. But teach his own. Hey, you're right, I'm wrong. Clearly not. Okay, so the fact that Dallas's defense held Brady in their 2-minute offense to, I want to say 7 points, but we all know what happened at the end of that second quarter. So let's just say they held them to 7 points all game, y'all. All game with Mr. MVP. And I love me some Thomas Edward. Y'all know I love me Thomas. You know I love me Thomas.
Yeah.
But even Thomas knew he could not win with a 2-minute offense. And that's exactly what it showed. Tampa Bay looked as they looked all year. The Tom Brady effect, or Tom Brady playoff effect, blinds people around this time of year. Y'all looked as y'all looked all year. Now, don't get me wrong. Dallas did not play top notch. Dallas, y'all got some issues coming in this week. Trust. We'll talk about that a little later. But they did not play, Super Bowl contender, Super Bowl winner. No. Y'all just did not. I hate to say it, bro. I'm just not going to say did not. Y'all just were not good enough for the game.
I can't argue it. Like we all saw it in plain sight. I can't debate it.
So give me how do you feel? What did you see? Because I know, especially on offense, and a lot of the texts that we were going through, offensively, what you saw between your line, the inability to actually hold up, the pressure that was coming through the middle was just nasty.
Bad.
And you talk about a 87-year-old quarterback that's a pocket quarterback that needs to step up in the pocket. Had Micah Parsons, the safeties was dropping down and coming up the middle to produce pressure.
They had everything they needed.
What was the issue, bro? Like, was it just the pressure? Was it the offensive play calling? Was it all in itself? Like, why?
So, this is a collective loss, but this is a loss. This is a loss that I feel like we've seen time and time again. And I've seen it, and it happened specifically with the 49ers. 49ers are a perfect example of this. It was a repeat of that. 10 times worse. For the sole fact that the pressure up the middle, bad. Really, really bad. We got Ryan Jensen back, but, I love that, but, he ain't played all year. He didn't play bad. Gadecki played bad. The left guard played bad. He missed so many key blocks, it's not even funny. So it's only so much you can do when you can't go anywhere. Now, Brady also missed some throws. He definitely missed some throws, and the problem I have with that is that that's also been all year. Even when he's had time, he has overthrown and underthrown receivers.
But Brady is 46 years old. He is the man in retirement that it has nothing to do that the company still allows to come back. He's playing like a retiree. Understood. So he's not going to be sharp. So to actually now, don't get me wrong. You won 7 Super Bowls. You get to walk around the teams and the man who plays on the roster, then yes, every throw you need to make.
But here's my thing though. Like, that's true. Exactly my point. It's all collective. But that's been all year too. Even when, like I said, when he's had time, he's done that. So there's the interior line. There's Tom Brady. And really, people want to harp on certain stats about a certain coach. The play calling is bad. The play calling is bad. I watched a specific play where I think it was either second or third down, but we were in shotgun. We do a handoff. You know what I'm saying? Handoff to the left side. He goes up, whatever. Gets the first down. The very next play, they run the same damn play, but they flip it.
See?
What sense does that make?
Well, clearly.
And then you put us in a second and long position like it's been happening all year because you call a damn run first down on 40% of your plays.
40. And clearly your organization knew. We just got the ping that your boy was fired.
Yeah. Saw that coming.
As we were speaking, like we just got the ping that my man's gone.
It's fitting, but he's gone along with others.
Yeah, no, I did see earlier in the day. What was it, like
8 or 9 coaches? That's what I seen before first. 8 or 9 coaches, and then seeing that, there you go. So it's a whole collective thing, and then defense just didn't play well because a lot of it was zone coverage. So everybody's playing back. So you leave in the underneath throw, which I gotta give it to him. Dak hit every time. He hit his short and intermediate throws.
They were trying to make him outsmart himself. To kind of force it in over top. Instead, he was just taking what he saw.
But,
before we get to the next, segment, I wanted to briefly ask you, though, because I hear you're basically saying it was a collective bunch of fuck-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Not just one game, but all season long. If Brady does not return, what's the most important or the first factor outside of quarterback that you would want to address? Because there are tons of quarterbacks on the free agent market that you could absolutely pick up.
We'll figure that out. That's fine.
We'll talk that.
But that old offensive line, specifically that interior, our tackles are cool. Well, not Donovan Smith. You led the league in holding, and you led the league in most penalized yards that impacted the game. He had 111. I saw that stat earlier.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
So that happened, but it's got to be the interior line. You guys, it starts in the trenches every time. If you can't protect or you can't block in general for run plays, you're not going anywhere. And we saw that a lot. We saw that mixed with a lot of other things.
Agreed. And y'all haven't been able to run the ball or run protect or block. And pass protection's been better, but run protection and run blocking in general, running the ball, your run offense in general this year was abysmal.
It was never phenomenal the other 2 years, but this year, being ranked dead last, bro, that's horrible.
It's sad. Especially for a team that needs to run the ball for the quarterback that they have.
Yeah, and they didn't do it. It's wild. It's an L. So
I'm sorry.
It's cool. We
are both home now, right?
Yeah, I get to relax.
Every Sunday, Saturday now. You get to watch football with me, bro.
Yeah.
And, what better way to start than this weekend?
Oh, yeah. This is the real. I told you. We said it. This is the nitty and gritty. This is the gritty.
So who we got first? Let's get in it. Let's go.
Let's run it. Let's run it. So first game, Chiefs, Jaguars. Well, Jaguars coming to the Chiefs.
Ooh.
Chiefs had that first round bye, so they got to watch and witness the greatness that is
along with us. Because we're on a bye too.
Yeah.
It's like a 4, 5, 6 week month bye.
Trevor Lawrence. So this matchup, I like this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Although it intrigues me. I had the Jags last week.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I had the Jags.
And you were right on that one.
The Chiefs might be a different story for me though.
Ooh.
Might be a different story.
Think the Chiefs got enough power?
I do, man. Look, Andy Reid is literally 24-4 when he comes off of a bye week.
Yeah, because he eats well on those bye weeks. He loves his cheese
Let
sticks.
my man chill in his Hawaiian shirt. Let him be great. Let him be great. So, yeah. So, that along with Pat Mahomes, who's still looking as great as ever. Okay.
Yeah.
He's even
proved me wrong this year. So.
Yeah. He's worked with everything. He's thrown multiple passes to over 13, 14 different receivers throughout the season. The run game is way better. The defense has played better than we all expected.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say I'm taking the Chiefs because even if the turnovers aren't the same amount, I can't see it being where even if they do turn the ball over.
That
unlike the Chargers, the Chiefs can capitalize and there's no looking back.
Okay. Y'all heard that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm rolling with.
Now, America, if y'all want to call me Chiefs haters, Patrick Mahomes haters, what it is, I really can care less. As I said initially with the Jacksonville Jaguars, their downfall last week, that just so happened to turn into like a golden egg, like I got a golden ticket type deal, was the fact that they was never -5 in turnover percentage, but still won the game. By putting up 32, 34 points. All right? So, I'm just going to call this game between the Chiefs and the Jags this week, Turnover City. Turnover City. And this is it. This is the sole mindset of why I'm saying this. Jacksonville's defense needs to come out saying, well, look, we have to at least get one off of Patrick Mahomes. At least one. Whether it's a fumble or a pick. We have to get at least one to even the things out. Both teams can put up points. One team can put up 10 more, though. So in order to balance it out, you take a potential touchdown possession away. That only puts them up 3 in the harshest of situations. Much manageable, correct?
Yeah, you're right. You got that one. Okay.
That's Bill Belichick mind. So,
yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
It's one of them 6 rings, and he's still there. So, all right, okay. So, Jacksonville's mindset should be, like I said, to go ahead and get at least one off on defense. Pick, fumble. By all means. Given the same circumstances as last week, with the same -5 percentage in turnover, even with that pick, they still putting up 30 to 32, maybe 35 points. Okay? So, my goal is, the reason why I said pick city, defense has to get picks. Offense has to only throw the ball to the Jags. That's it. No fumbles, no picks, no turnovers on offense. If they can come out this game, let's say +1, +2, maybe +5 in the turnover percentage, which means you guys, instead of them giving up or throwing interceptions or giving up fumbles, they're now collecting interceptions, collecting fumbles. That make it forcing that on the other team. If they can come out +5 at the most, we're just going week by week.
Okay. Okay.
We're talking 42 points. I'm guaranteed Trevor Lawrence can do so. So, that's a messy game.
Yeah, but
a gunshot in itself. I don't put it past like you say, Goldilocks.
Yeah.
I hear you say Andy Reid, and you know America. I like underdogs.
They are.
I like what Jacksonville has shown me over the last 10 weeks.
Yeah.
I like the team they have become, the team they are today. Totally morphed from who they started as in week 1. I'm going to Jacksonville Jaguars over the Chiefs. I'll take that as your game of the week.
Nah, the
Yeah.
Jets. But
Game of the week.
you know, we got
Upset.
we got other games. That's not happening. We have other games we gotta get to.
All right, and I'm gonna be right on that too.
Let's roll right on into this next one. Ooh, another divisional matchup. Don't do that.
All right, who we got? Who we got?
The number 1 ranked Philadelphia Eagles
Oh my gosh.
against them New York Giants led by
Brian Dayball, my man, B. Dayball. Let's go. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, kudos to him for his dub last week.
Yes, sir. Showing the reason why he is a true head coach.
Philly ain't Minnesota. And
I'm
that's
gonna start
how
because y'all can see on my face. I'm already going New York on this one. Easy. B. Dayball. Let's go. Knocking Philly out. Philly had their little sleep session. Knockout. Bye-bye. Brian Dayball and them Danny Jones, Saquon Barkley, and them New York Giants. They got that dub. I'm sorry. Now you can talk as long as you want.
How you got them just taking this dub just because of what you saw them do to Minnesota? Minnesota with Kirk, I can't play in primetime hours Cousins.
I didn't say it was just Minnesota.
No, just hear me out. Hear me out though. But in a sense, the way you reacting, it's as if I see what they did against Minnesota. You like Dayball, so there's that favoritism. You feel me? But just because they beat Minnesota,
no. I'm gonna stop you. There's no favoritism from somebody or anybody that either coached or played for the Bills. I hate the Bills, and that's where Brian Dayball first came from. Keep going.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. So let's get into it. Philly, who has 4, I believe even 5 players who have 10 plus sacks.
That's cute.
You know, I don't really read into the records for the regular season. They 2-0, you know, playing the third time.
The Giants don't throw the ball, they run the ball. Try sacking Saquon Barkley when Brian Dayball's top
So you just
15 line sips some niggas. Keep going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut you. Look,
But Saquon didn't even do.
This the fucking show. I'm
It ain't
bringing you
the
back
shit
to
to
reality and all
There
the
ain't no
dumb
reality
shit
in
you
that.
about to say
That
with
ain't
the
reality
Eagles.
in
Keep
that.
going.
That ain't reality in that.
Okay,
That's
keep going.
imagination. So even still, they've shut down Saquon Barkley too. They've done it in the regular season where it was like 60, 70 yards. Right?
But he's knocking double coverage, which only opens why Daniel Jones is able to average I think he's averaging like 60 to 80 yards over the last 3 years or 3 weeks, roughly, which means average of 60 to 80. Clearly, he's a couple of them games he's coming out with 90 some odd yards. So I have 2 80 to 90 yard runners. Keep going.
What does that mean when you have linebackers that are fast enough to cover Daniel Jones? I'm absolutely sure they'll have a little spy on him. And that probably won't even be in the start.
Oh,
probably won't even be in the start.
Y'all hear that?
Oh, God.
His defense is about to spy him. So you're going to move a defensive player from the coverage to strictly look at Daniel Jones. Okay, cool. I'll just play action and throw behind you for 15 yards. Keep going.
Yeah.
I'll bring you back to reality. Shut your shit up.
That works when you have receivers.
But that's what they've been doing. They aren't giving you 50, 60, 70 yard bombs. All what they're doing is running for 3 here, passing quick slants for 4 here, leaving you with a 3rd and short, quarterback sneak. It's been the same thing in the last 2 games the Giants have run. I've watched their X's and O's. They start either way. First down is either a run, right or left. Saquon likes the left. 9 times it's the left. Hits the right or runs to the left. First down. It's either that or quick slants. But either way, they're looking to get 2-3 yards. Manageable. Second down. You basically flip whatever plays I just gave you on first down. You flip them motherfuckers. Flip the sides. Flip the call. So if I ran first down, I'm throwing second down. If I threw first down, I'm running second down. All right, that leaves me 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 4 at the most.
So you really believe that their front is better than the Eagles' front?
I never said.
I'm saying because that all includes blocking. I see what you're saying in terms of the passes or whatever, however their system, however they play it, whatever you want to call it.
No, if we're being X's and O's right and correct, no. The Eagles have a better front on both sides. Scheming wise, though, the Giants didn't get here from power. They got here off the pure mindset of scheming. The reason why I'm so high on the Giants right now, and y'all, you should know, I lost 2 fucking Super Bowls against them niggas. I hate them just as much as I hate the Bills. But I cannot not go, go against what's true. Like, what they're doing is running the most well-oiled machine in the NFL outside of the 49ers. And that is all because of Brian Daboll, the one who got Josh Allen to where he is and the Bills to where they are today. And now they're... we'll talk about the Bills later. But, so that's what I'm getting at. No, it's not I don't care. Pound for pound, the Eagles got better. Better roster. Wide receiver, better roster. Not running back. Better roster. Cornerback, better roster on both offensive and defensive lines. Better roster collectively on defense, secondary-wise. They have a better roster. But what worries me is the Giants have literally just got their oil change, and now they running all 4 cylinders and have been going for the last 400 or 500 miles. While the Eagles, on the other hand, their driver was in the hospital getting his LASIK surgery or whatever for a couple weeks, so he won't in. These are analogies. He really wasn't in the hospiel getting LASIK surgery. But he was out, so he wasn't in to drive the car. That's what I'm getting at, damn it.
I just want to be clear, bro. Who had LASIK? Because my old quarterback had to get that after he left, and he still has. So I just want to be sure.
But no, Jalen has not been in. So what worries me is how intact will the Eagles actually be while going against this well-oiled machine. I've watched a Super Bowl won against one of the youngest offensive minds in Sean McVay. A really, really disgusting offense, offensively and defensively. Roster in itself in the Rams, 2018. I've watched that to be shut down by running the ball and playing defense. The scheme in itself. I trust Brian Daboll, and that's why I'm taking the Giants. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. I don't even think Daniel Jones is going to have that time to throw those passes that you say he passed off the play action.
Oh, 15 yards don't take long.
All I'm saying is the Eagles front is just as competitive as who did you say was, a better defense? You said the Niners, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was that pass rush might not have the same amount of talent.
As well.
That's true. I'll give you that. But that front four is nasty. 70 sacks this season. 70 sacks. That means the same way the Niners can get pressure with their four, so can them Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you want to talk about the fact that, all the Eagles did was fill their gas tank up. All they did, because Jalen Hurts got that rest. He got that extra week. He looked fine throwing in week 18.
But that's what scares me. Jalen Hurts is what? A sophomore?
This year?
No, he's a third year. So, he's in his, junior year.
Mm-hmm.
First playoff appearance. Well, first true as the starter all year long. First true playoff appearance. They were on high and mighty before he went out. Yeah. What is he to that team in the biggest game of his career after not playing for the last 3 weeks?
The regular season MVP. But no,
you said regular season MVP for a reason.
I had to, you got to differentiate. We in a whole other area.
That's what I'm getting at.
In all seriousness, though,
that's what scares me.
He still looked good, though. It's not like he looked bad. He still looked good.
Mm-hmm.
So you couple that with the rest, this week of rest that he got.
Mm-hmm.
He only gonna get better. He didn't
strain it. I hear you. Feeling it, pain-wise, yes, I hear you. Camaraderie-wise, connections, the way you need timing, he's 4.5 weeks off. There's no jumping back into that, especially if you have not been able to throw. So he's stepping into practice a week before. I'm just putting the full timetable. A week before he's supposed to get back in and do or be the MVP regular season Jalen Hurts. That's what scares me. I'm not saying that he can't. I would love him to be. Y'all know I'm a huge Jalen Hurts fan. If y'all listen to us all year, you remember. Huge Eagles. I'm like, go for it. But it's like, what scares me is that I just don't know what Jalen I'm going to get. And everything predicates on what Jalen you get. And I just feel, personally, the amount of time he spent out in the game, the magnitude of the game of which he's coming into, it's just too much to juggle. And you're not going to get that MVP Jalen. You're going to get a little rusty Jalen. And that leaves the door open for
But the same way that you are saying how the Eagles can run the ball, the Giants.
The Giants.
The Eagles can do that very same thing.
Agreed.
That's realistically their bread and butter. They found that out last year, and they've been implementing it better this year. And the one thing that we said was missing from that offense was that wide receiver, and that's A.J. Brown.
No, yeah, so...
And A.J. Brown, to me, is going to be the very key to this entire game.
Agreed.
So, if he's the key, he's going to get fed that ball.
But you're playing into my hand. And briefly, because we got other games, but you're playing as a defensive coordinator. I'm thinking, okay, cool. If you got a hurt quarterback that hasn't played in a while, I want you, as the quarterback, to beat me. They're not running the ball. I will put 6 in a box if that's the case. Double on your boy AJ and bracket everyone else. I will find a way to only make sure that Jalen Hurts
able to cover Smith, bro.
And leave that to something else. Again, you don't know the design. I've seen Bill Belichick. I've seen Sean Payton early Saint days and the defenses that they had over there. Granted, he old man. I've seen the defense that he's been able to do. Take out Dez Bryant and Jason Witten on the same side playing 3 coverage.
And it left Miles Austin open.
But Miles Austin was open for the underneath. So at that point, it's just tackle. I'll give you 5 instead of 50. You're playing to my hand as you're literally playing into my hand as a defense. So that's why I'm like, it really falls on scheming defensively. Or scheming on both sides, offensively and defensively. I just trust the Giants more.
I gotta take Philly.
Okay.
I got Philly.
All right. So we mixed up again?
Yeah. So once I'm 2-0, we jump to the third game. You feel me?
Okay.
He thought
one of his game was going to be one of the games this week.
Yeah, nobody asked you about that. So listen, this game has a little personal touch to it.
There it is.
This one, no, for real. This game has a personal feel to it. Bengals and the Bills.
Ooh.
That's we all know or remember what happened the last time they met up. Harmon Gladys, you're doing better. Yeah, so this matchup is very, very different because who they were those few weeks ago, these teams, specifically the Bengals, are not the same.
Oh no, both teams are not the same. And one not the
one
same
has,
in a
one
good
has,
way.
Yeah, one has
one not the
players
same in a bad
that's not there. So, it's a little bit different, but I get your point. So, the Bengals have 3 offensive linemen that are down.
Mm-hmm. And that's huge.
They lost with their left tackle last week. I don't know if he's practiced this week, so I don't know if he's going to play. I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't think he has, but it was an ankle injury, I think. But he's down, so this kind of plays into the Bills' hands of putting that pressure on Burrow and making him have to continuously make plays.
But I mean,
I
think okay. I'm still going back into plays into the hand because there's one quarterback that's number 1 in the league when there's a cover 0 or full out blitz. When they're facing a cover 0 or full out blitz, that's Joe Burrow.
Okay.
Now there's another quarterback that's number 1 in the league when facing a 3 or 4 man blitz rush. You know who that quarterback is?
Is he playing them?
Josh Allen.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Oh,
So this game is gonna be interesting because, again, I'm gonna give it a name.
Okay.
Battle in the trenches.
Okay, we're going back to that. Okay.
Battle in the trenches for the simple fact, like I said, for those stats in itself. Joe Burrow on the Cincinnati Bengals is the best quarterback in the league this year when dealing with any cover zero or full out blitz. So when the box is full, anybody or blitz that's bringing more than five defensive or defenders, Joe Burrow's the best at it. Now on the other side, Josh Allen best at any 3 or 4 man rushes, standard coverages basically. So one quarterback is really good when you really trying to beat him and you trying to get to him. The other quarterback is really good when you want to keep the ball in front of him. So that's how the game's going to produce. And I'm just looking like, well, I really can care less if I'm Joe Burrow about the line. At that point, we do what I need to do, yak it through. Okay, I'll take that back. I do care about the line.
I don't know about that.
And yes, I am.
So what happened with my team without the
I
line.
am a little scared of the fact that my line's not out. But what doesn't scare me is the fact that the Bills look like, or are starting to look like, who I've always known them to be. Again, because Brian Daboll, their patriarch or matriarch of the offense, is gone. They are really lackluster with the ball now. Fumbles and picks are put up more with the Bills than smiles and hugs.
I don't know what Joshua Allen was thinking.
Oh, he gave him Josh.
I gotta give you your government, bro, because I don't know what was going on with you.
If we knew the middle name, you'd be standing right here.
You'd be all 3 right there. So it's just how in the world you fumble? What did he fumble twice?
Oh, it was horrible.
And
it was a mess.
A pick or two. I don't understand. You can't do that. Not against the Bengals, bro. Not against the Bengals. You can't.
But you realize the Bills have thrown or the most turnover-worthy team all year. They have the most turnovers all year on offense. The Bills, the one everyone think are going to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, baby.
Yeah, okay. History only repeats itself.
They don't know.
So I guess it sounds you know who I'm picking in this one.
Yeah, it sounds like you riding with the Bengals.
Joe Cool?
Cincy.
Prove me right, bruh. We know who you was last year. It's your year this time. Prove me right. Sit these Bills down because you know I don't like the Bills. I don't.
It's going to be a damn shame when the Bengals catch a fade from the Bills. That's going to be a damn shame for you when that happens.
You mean like an actual cut because the Bills going to be out of the playoffs, so after the Bengals win this playoff game, Joe Burrow going to go to Buffalo and be like, y'all trying to catch this? Yo, fade this up.
Bills are going to get that dub. It's going to be I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be a nice little high-scoring game if Bills don't get that pressure that they can get. If with these new linemen that they're shuffling in. If that happens, I'm giving it straight to the Bills. I'm giving it all to the Bills.
Ooh,
all in for that one.
Fuck is in your coffee? You just don't agree with me today? We just
I
not agreeing?
I think this might be one of them ones where we just have alternate ones and somebody's either going to go over.
I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna be right.
It's gonna be a dub.
Football gods talked to me this morning. We're gonna be good. All right, so who's next then, bro? Who's next?
We got next. Who we got next on this chip feed? An old time matchup.
The one I wanted to talk about all day.
Yeah, the 49ers and the Cowboys. Cowboys heading to the 49ers for a divisional round.
I'll let you go with this one. Go ahead.
Look, 19, 18, and 1 all time. Okay?
And that's out of all.
That's all of them, including last year.
Jesus.
Which was the first time since like the early 90s. Yeah, so 20-something years. So
I was a baby.
It's the 9th playoff game. Cowboys have been dominating them in that department with a 5-3 record as of now. So we'll see what happens.
Then again, as we speak about these teams, and majority of our younger listeners will kind of look at us and be like, wait, the 49ers and the Cowboys were in the Super Bowl or in the playoffs 9 times?
Yeah, y'all, nobody was around for that.
Ask your parents, your grandparents will probably have a better understanding, but keep going.
Yeah, so this is a series we've been waiting for. This is a rematch of last year when the Niners booted them out, when the Cowboys were once again a supposed favorite. What kind of matchup do we have this time?
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Ooh, we got us a goodie on hand. It's gonna be a Niners dub though, but Yeah, I'm gonna put that out there right now. It's a Niners dub. Fuck the Cowboys. Sorry about that. But in all reality, number 1 ranked defense for the 49ers. Let's start with that. That's number 1. Y'all heard me. Number 1 ranked defense, okay? That offense with Mr. Brock Purdy put up 41 last week with Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, who is now healthy, Brandon Ayuk, all of these, George Kittle too. He's built a connection with George Kittle. And all of those things, with the mind of Kyle Shanahan, who you love. That's your quarterback coach. That's your coach. You love you some Kyle Shanahan.
Shanny.
Yes, sir.
As I would call him.
Is going to do what he does best and orchestrate one of the best, most improved West Coast offenses and pull out this dub against these Cowboys today or this week. That's just
all right, America. Y'all listen to this. And listen to me when I say this, and listen to me good. He's right. I don't really have much to say about that one. Cowboy Nation, look, I'm sorry. It's another year. Another toe tap on the door, but the door ain't open for you. It's going to be the same case every year until you get rid of 2 things. Jerry Jones needs to sell the team and retire. Or at least fully give it over to his son and leave.
That ain't happening.
It's more marketing with that team than it is football. And y'all need to fully realize that Dak Prescott, the 3rd, 4th round pick that he is
that boy ain't it.
One more time for me.
That boy ain't it.
Oh, baby, fuck no.
That boy ain't it.
At all.
Okay. Don't let what he did against the Bucks get y'all confused.
No. And as many Dallas fans would tell you, and y'all know I'm telling the truth. Oh, he gonna give you 1, 2 good ones and like 2, 3 bad ones. Well, this was Dak's 1 good one. We looking at 2, 3 bad ones at this point, bro. Unfortunately, he dealing with, as you said, my boy Mike Shanny out there. That's not only dealing with his 1st string quarterback this year, was dealing with a 2nd string quarterback with this year, but is winning playoff games with what?
That West Coast offense.
West Coast offense ran by a fucking 3rd string quarterback, and that boy's name is Brock. Hey.
That boy nice.
We were just talking about scheme all day. I've just been rambling my mouth off all damn day about scheme, good coaching. Everything I stand by in football, they're showing and doing in San Francisco. San Francisco comes out with this game. And quite frankly, I'm going to give you some hot takes right now.
Okay.
And I'm locking it in. San Francisco, my lock for the NFC in the Super Bowl.
Ooh, we skipping past what could be Philly or the Giants. I'm not going to say just Philly. I mean, that's my pick.
Y'all hear me when I say this now?
You just going to skip over them? If it's the Giants, I get it.
Y'all heard how I just talked about my man B. Dabo. And all year how I talked about Philly, right? Today, stamped, marked, posted. San Francisco will be the NFC's runner for the Super Bowl. Now, who in the AFC they're playing? We'll get to that next week. Y'all gonna have to see who I feel about that one. But I'm locking it in this week.
You don't have nothing good to say about the Cowboys? Nothing?
I said everything.
I'm just saying, like, they 2nd ranked, you know what I'm saying? They got Micah Parsons.
I get that. You know? But everything, as you've continued to say, falls still on that quarterback. I don't trust Dak. And what I saw last week only solidified who I knew Dak to be. Dak will come out and show these games. I give him
credit for carving them up.
But
he carved them up bad.
He didn't carve them up. He carved y'all up.
Them.
You.
Them.
So now he not a Bucks fan.
I never said I wasn't a Bucks fan, but he carved them up.
Carved y'all.
I watched. I just witnessed it. I don't play. And then what you been telling me all year? I don't play, right?
But
I don't
I'm
play.
sure if he would have won, it'd be like, yeah, we did that. He would have been nothing but French.
There you
We
go.
did that.
Hey, you go minding my business. Not worried about that. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That ain't got shit to do with you.
I'm back to the game because you're not going to take the love away from the 49ers, man.
I mean, I ain't taking it away. I'm just saying.
I just can't.
You know, I'm just trying to give.
I love
Cowboys
Cowboy
some
Nation.
love.
My family, mother side of the family, Cowboy Nation, so I get it. My barber, Cowboy Nation. Outside of the Patriots, I only deal with the Ravens and the Cowboys. I don't bang with either of them, but I do deal with them. So, I got to be honest. When I see the truth, it is what it is. 49ers is going to dumb this game down for Dak and have Dak looking...
Are you seeing turnovers? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Turnovers, probably a fumble. Like, he going to be tossing up 60-yard passes to non-open receivers. Yeah, it's going to be one of those Dak games. 49ers on this one.
All
And
right.
on that, I'll drink.
Well, you heard it here, folks. This is the first one we agree on. For the 49ers. The 49ers, that's the first one we agree on. Well, now we got them games out the way, and we know what's what and who we think is going to be doing what.
A good weekend this week, though. I ain't going to lie.
It is. It's a lot of players, though,
Mm-hmm.
that are deserving of some big contracts this offseason. I'll just name a couple for you. Your boy that's in the playoffs right now, Daniel Jones.
And I'm only smiling because the whole world, not just America, they have people in Germany that they ain't got football teams over there. People in Germany talking about Weigenberg, talking about in American Daniel Jones is trash. That's what he just said. They were saying that, and now my man, with what? A competent coach. I'm going to continue to pull this back on B-Day Ball. A competent coach shows he needs a new deal.
Yeah, so Daniel Jones, his teammate, Saquon Barkley is another one. Josh Jacobs is deserving of a contract.
Wait. Don't slip over Josh. He had a pretty big feat this season. What did
you talking about
yardage
he led
wise?
the league in rushing with over 1,100 yards.
I'm sorry, who?
Led the league in rushing over 1,100 yards.
Y'all hear that? Keep going. Mm-hmm.
Boy, it's nasty.
Yep, keep going.
So we also have Evan Ingram, right? That's another one that we got. You know, he I think he deserves one. You know, I'm surprised that he's up so quick, but whatever. Jordan Poyer for the Buffalo Bills.
Boy, man, okay.
And Deron Payne. Oh, and I almost forgot Jordan Hargrave for the Eagles.
The Eagles, okay. Well, you know,
and
there's
Lamar. I wanted to save him for last, but
there's only one. I was about to say, there's only one I want to talk out of. We're going to literally. Y'all know Daniel Jones. Majority of them are up for their deals and deserve it. But there's only one that I really want to talk about that truly.
That's the only one that really matters, to be honest. The rest of these, you know, we can get to. The one that matters is Mr. Lamar Jackson.
But before we do this, it's just a disclaimer. To all my Baltimore fans, I know this is going to hurt for y'all, what we about to talk about with the next few minutes. So I don't want to hear no crying. I don't want to hear no, y'all just some haters. Y'all fuck you, dummy. Nah, I don't want to hear none of that. All right. We in Baltimore. We live it. We understand. We got you a whole wall for a reason. But I got to be truthful. We got to bring it to reality. So, take a seat, maybe get a drink right now, calm the hell down, and listen to what we got to say, because it ain't looking too good. Keep going, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I had the disclaimer,
You're fine.
you know.
You're fine.
I don't want shots going on. Bop, bop, bop.
Lamar didn't travel with the team for the playoffs. He hasn't played in like, 8 weeks? 6-8 weeks?
Spent some time.
It's been a minute. And are they gonna pay him? That's literally the question. Are they gonna pay him? We talked about it last week, and we talked about where we think he will go. Let's cut all that out. Are they gonna pay him? What do you think? What is your take?
Well, bro. Oh, in America, Baltimore especially, I'll post these questions out to you guys and have you ponder for a little bit. For question number one.
Okay.
When's the last time you consistently have been a 13-win team?
Never. Consistently?
Joe Flacco couldn't consistently do it for the most part. Joe Flacco came out with 7 wins a season. They would drop the last 4 and really
He had a couple tens.
couple tens,
plus,
but consistently was 9 and 7.
It was up and down.
So that's my first question. When have you consistently been a 13-win team? 2, when can you completely say one player alone accounts for 10 extra points per game? I mean, I don't remember Derek Mason doing that.
Nope.
Y'all remember Kyle Bowler? Kyle Bowley Bowl?
Kyle Bowler used to kill Todd Heap. Yeah, I remember.
He
that.
sure as fuck won't doing that. Maybe Anquan Bolden, but apparently Baltimore never really realizes what they have.
Ever.
Gave him up.
I hate it.
And you saw what happened at that point. I told y'all this was going to make you mad. Sit back. We got more. That's question number 2. Number 3, and this is the last one I want you to realize. After firing Greg Roman, I'm sorry.
No, you got it right. You got it right the first time.
I did.
Man.
All right.
You got it right the first time. I ain't even. Nope, that's perfect.
What coach do you think is going to actually sit back and adjust everything that they need or want to do just to run an offense behind a coach or behind one player, and that is being Lamar Jackson? Out of 3 of those questions, this is how I'll answer it. Number 1,
Okay.
I want to say Joe Flacco had it going, but as we've already discussed, 10 wins at the most.
Yeah.
There's never been a Baltimore Raven quarterback or a team in itself ran by a single quarterback to average 13 wins a year. Lamar's been doing that since year 1. So clearly, check for Lamar.
He didn't even start in year 1. He didn't even start in year 1. So
Check
there's one for that.
on Lamar. I want to go to the Greg Roman, the coach situation. Let's go to question 3.
You want to jump right to the coach? I will. Let's
Because
to the coach because
we already know, yes, having a player that will score you 10 plus points or at least accounts for 10 plus points is big. We already get that. Cool. Check 2 for Lamar. But the coach situation, the Ravens single-handedly changed their whole offense. Went to a 13-man personnel, 2 tight ends, heavy running back, fullback type deal, just for Lamar. Made him MVP year 1. Just for Greg Roman to do exactly what he did to Colin Kaepernick's career.
And make it hit.
That's 3 for Lamar. Pay that man, or Baltimore will more than likely have a good 6, 7, maybe 8 more years of losing football.
Okay, so check this out, right? I'm with you. We got a whole segment for coaches, and we can talk about Greg Roman then. But I do gotta say, this has been a consistent shithole for them because of Greg Roman's non-ability to call plays, passing plays to be specific, which is why nobody wanted to go there. No receiver really wanted to go there. So he's gone. And, like I said, we'll get to it. I ain't going to talk too much more about him, but he's gone, and
Thank
he
God.
should be.
And there are a few more coaches that was gone as well.
There's a few more.
I mean, Matt Patricia needs to be, but they ain't talking about nothing in New England. But give me your big one.
Out of these ones, obviously,
out of the ones that just
Lamar
got
is it. But if I had to pick
coaches,
you went
coaches.
Oh, we want to talk about that.
We know Lamar gonna get his money.
So you said
Lamar need to get his money
if they don't franchise him, because they've been talking about getting him, but or re-signing him, but like, so how much money are they willing to really drop?
You willing? So they're gonna franchise him for a year, $25 million.
Pay him more.
Exactly, just for him to be gone. He's not staying another year if they franchise him. I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Just gonna do like a sit out.
Look, unless they bring in Cliff Kingsbury let's go into coaching.
Okay.
Because my man Cliff Kingsbury is on the market, and there's only one quarterback I'd love to see Cliff Kingsbury work with.
Oh, who's that?
Even though Cliff Kingsbury is literally like a trillion miles on the other side of the world.
You might have to wait a year.
I feel like him and Lamar Jackson together, bro. Bruh. That West Coast style of Cliff Kingsbury's idea, which is mixed West Coast, East Coast, it's like mixed on a numbers game, but it is a spread numbers game. So it's really in depth. But with Lamar's legs, I think them two will be a perfect pairing.
I think that's great. I think that's a perfect fit, actually. Because then you know what else will happen? They'll get receivers that want to go there. Look what he did for Christian Kirk. He got Christian Kirk paid.
And everybody was saying he ain't deserve that money. I was happy he
showed out and showed that he deserved that money. But I think Cliff Kingsbury is a great option. I'm all for that. But it's not too many real coordinators that he's going to go to. Because John Harbaugh's had a bad wave of picking offensive coordinators. So I might have to rock with you and say Cliff Kingsbury.
I just like that.
I might have to rock with you and say Cliff Kingsbury. Now, what if, I don't know if this would happen, but I'm throwing this hypothetical out there.
A little asterisk hypothetical. I'm listening.
Another coach that just got fired, Byron Leftwich.
Oh, you're bullshitting.
What do you think his chances are of possibly going there now that they've cut him? Because the
Baltimore?
Yeah. And the only reason I asked that is because look at what the points were once he became head coach. They averaged over 30 plus points. Minus this 1 year. They averaged over 30 plus points.
That's gonna be funny.
So what would you think of Byron Leftwich becoming the offensive coordinator?
Bro, it's gonna be no in between. It's gonna be we running the ball or we tossing this bitch. There's gonna be no in between if Byron Leftwich becomes an offensive coordinator with Lamar running quarterback.
You're talking about in terms of just how
the offense would be. You're gonna see a comparison or like a nice little mix of a Bruce Arians air-raided offense and a Bill Belichick dumbed down run the ball between the hashes. It's not gonna be any in-betweens. Everybody gonna be stationary. Matter of fact, he probably gonna say, I don't want my wide receivers lining up like this. If it's press coverage, I want you old school like this. We're gonna be like this. I
just felt like I had to ask, bro. I had to ask if Byron Leftwich had a shot. Dog.
No, Baltimore, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm really trying to think of other coaches that would be available, like offensively, that would benefit with Lamar.
Well, until I get my coaches offensively first, I can give a fuck less about Baltimore and Lamar.
What if they got Bill O'Brien?
Who's that? Patriots?
I know that's what you want. You mentioned them, so I had to bring it up. I know that's what you want, but what if he went to the Ravens instead?
Well, all of the Ravens organization, including the practice field out here in Owens Mills, can burn.
That it worried you that bad?
The hell type what?
I'm just saying, like, I know you want.
What part of I have to get my offensive coaches first before they can? I want Billy O.
But what's more enticing? Lamar or Mac Jones in them?
Did you just in them then?
In them.
He just Mac Jones in
them.
Just
the offense, not the defense. Y'all great. Just in them. We know who's with Lamar. They got J.K. Dobbins.
You better give names. You got fucking Jacoby Myers. You got Devontae Parker. My man K. Dot, Kendrick Bourne. Fucking Mondre.
I was like, because you know what comes at the end of all of that? If you talk to a random person and they don't know the Patriots, who? Your best offensive player that I know that's not your running back is Ramondre Stevens.
You funny.
Harris.
This is coming from the person whose whole roster and coaching staff has either been fired or is retiring because not only are they old, they suck.
That's okay.
So y'all remember this mess next year when his coaching staff and everybody in Tampa Bay after going and winning three games.
Shit, he went 8-9 if you want to be real. Tom Bowles wasn't all that. He went 8-9, but go ahead.
Y'all some shit though. And we'll be some shit. No. Anyway. Look, y'all.
I'm just saying.
Before we start fighting over here, because you know it's about that time, we want to thank y'all for spending yet another week with us. We did it. Second edition. Playoff edition. Hitchin Hook podcast.
We
did this, y'all.
Guys.
We didn't even play pool today.
We didn't. But that's how interesting these conversations got, right? I wasn't even thinking about this. I was thinking about trying to figure out how I could explain how the Eagles finna beat Brian Daboll and D. Jones, who finna get a contract.
Which they not. And I'm sure you guys will definitely hear how I was right on most of the wins and losses.
About to be 1-3.
Come next week.
You finna get right for the beat them Niners one, and that's your one. And you finna be 1-3.
You a mess, bro. It is what it is. That's funny.
Thank you guys for tuning in with another week of us. You can follow us on Twitter. And we're on YouTube. Like I said, we out here. YouTube.
We got
Hitch
the IG.
_Hook on Twitter. Hitchin Hook podcast on YouTube. IG Hitch _Hook as well. Follow us. Listen to us. Watch us. We still got the podcast as well. So we're still available on Apple and Spotify. Mm-hmm. Hitchin Hook podcast. We out here, baby. We here.
Yeah, man. Look, keep us posted. We appreciate y'all spending time with us. We gonna keep bringing y'all the same shit every week. Especially come next week when I know I'm right. But same arguments, same discussions. Remember, y'all, whether y'all in Texas or here in Baltimore, hit us up on all of our social medias. If y'all even want to join the conversation,
hit us up.
It's possible, baby.
Come on. We would love it. We would love it.
We want to talk to y'all. We want to tell y'all how y'all wrong regarding your team. And I hate to say it that way, but I'm going to tell you wrong. I'm going to tell you why. So that's what we do here on the Hitchin Hook podcast. We appreciate y'all, of course. I'm your host. We're your hosts. I'm Nick Ransom.
I'm J-Mar Smith.
And look, we will catch y'all next week. Thank y'all. Be safe.
Conference championships. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.